Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Is the mic close enough for y'all to hear me?
Sit back, relax, and come tune in because me and Jay Levon are about to go in.
I know that's right. You are tuned into another golden episode of Under the Twin XL, where we give our popular and unpopular opinions about love, life, and HBCU culture.
We're all about keeping it real, chill, and talking a big deal. You're now stuffed under the Twin XL on WANM 90.5, the flavor station.
I know that's right. I know y'all missed us. I know y'all missed us.
We're back.
Back like we never left. Okay, back like...
What's up, y'all? It's Ash.
And Jay Levon.
And you are now under the Twin XL. We've missed you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes, season 2 is finna go up. When I say up, I mean up.
Call us Cardi B, right?
Yeah, right. So... If you guys don't know, this is Under the Twin XL podcast, where we just talk we're giving you the real, raw, and uncut us. This is truly how we are. This is truly how we feel. We're going to be talking, like I said before, about love, romantic, life, friendship, family, HBCU culture, college in general, working, pop culture, what else? Music,
Yeah, and honestly, the whole time we're just keeping it real, and pressing record and uploading it. Just talking exactly how we would talk in a regular conversation, and just getting our opinions out there. Not that y'all care, but y'all gonna listen.
Oh, y'all gonna care.
Y'all gonna listen though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so speaking of music, Jared, what is your song of the day?
My song of the day, oh my gosh, I miss doing this so much. My song of the day right now is Mariah Carey, Anytime You Need a Friend. Y'all know I'm old school down. I love me an old school bop.
He's such an uncle, right?
Yeah, I really am. Honestly, I live in the 90s and the 2000s. But that song is just so encouraging. Anytime you need a friend, I'm by your side. I've been needing that. And her vocals on that song really carry, like her last name.
Yeah,
yeah, that was
good.
T, wasn't it?
Mariah can't sing no more though.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm just saying.
Respect. When you sung that good for 20 years, I'm sorry.
It's okay for your vocal cords to be tired. Yeah.
It is. And I stand by that.
I get it.
She's one of the greatest vocalists. I'm not saying she's the best, but she's up there.
She's definitely up there.
Yeah, in her prime.
No,
Please,
in her prime. Definitely in her
most
prime.
definitely.
Prime time is not now.
Okay, we're not going to get on here and do my girl.
Anyway,
so what's your song?
My song of the day is It Girl by Aaliyah's Interlude. It's trending on TikTok actually, and it hits the ITGIRL. You know that I'm that girl.
You mean Aaliyah Core Aaliyah?
Yes, Aaliyah Core. She dropped her first song. It's definitely based off of house music. I love the oomps. That's the type of club feel I be looking for, that. That house music.
I didn't even know she had
jump
music.
your shoulder, yeah.
So this must be new.
She dropped it yesterday, I believe.
Okay, because I didn't even know she did music. I thought she was just
a TikTok girly.
Okay, that's real. Yeah. But all the TikTok girlies be dropping music.
Yeah, they trying to get in that bag. I'm trying to get in the bag too, because
we finna drop a song, y'all.
Yeah, I can freestyle. Anyway.
So y'all, let's get it popping for real. So Under the Twin XL, we have our own delivery service. I don't know if you guys know or not.
Yes, they come straight to our door every day. Yes.
Well, straight under our bed. But it's called XL Mail. XL Mail. XL. Okay, so for the XL Mail, it's just gonna be a segment of our show where we get stories or we talk about stories. You guys can come to us, tell us your problems. We'll talk about it. It's just an opinion piece part of our already opinionated podcast.
Yeah, it's literally just a separate mini selection of something that's probably happening in pop culture, something you might give us, something we might see on campus and we just want to bring it up, and ultimately give our little spiel real quick and move on.
Yeah, so speaking of give our little spiel, today it's about a little slightly controversial, Well, it was really controversial a couple months ago, but the whole Lizzo thing, it's not piping hot tea anymore. It's more like lukewarm, but we're still going to talk about it just because it's something that's really important to me, and I know it's important to Ashton, so You can take it away.
Yeah, the thing about Lizzo, a couple months ago, a couple of her dancers and workers came out and they're suing her because of mistreatment, her being rude. I think there was also a case of sexual assault. I'm not 100% sure. But the thing with me was everybody already hated Lizzo, right? Because she's big. So now that these people are coming out and saying that she was mean, the comments that I was reading, like, I hated Lizzo because she was fat and now I hate her even more. Like,
that's insane.
Yes. And it's like, I'm not Lizzo, but the way society puts her on, like, bigger women, plus size women, they automatically think she's our holy grail. She's like our fairy godmother. And I'm like, look, she makes older single woman music.
Ooh. Okay. You've been coming at all the artists so far.
I didn't mean it like that, but I'm saying, like, for my generation, she doesn't necessarily represent me. And I'm glad that she's out there to represent bigger girls, but I hate that the way society has pushed her on us. And I hate when people say, oh, like Lizzo, or you look like Lizzo, or you're wearing a crop top like Lizzo. Like,
people say that to you?
At her peak, yes. Not as much anymore. But when Lizzo was first coming out, she was really popping it up.
Yeah.
That's when I got the most Lizzo, like, comparisons. And I'm like, girl.
Just because she big.
Just because I'm big and she's big doesn't mean we both, like, twins. But I think now, she just won a humanitarian award a couple weeks ago. And now people are like, how did she even get that award? Is she bullying folks off her stage?
I'm not going to lie. I felt that way.
I agree, but I'm sure the award was in works before that stuff came out.
Yeah, but you can always get your award snatched when you acting up. Like,
well, I'm waiting to see what it's going to be like when they, are they going to drop this lawsuit? Are they going to go to court? Like, I'm waiting to see what's happening because I'm getting different angles from the story. I've heard some people say, like, it was her other employers that were rude, not necessarily her. The other thing about, like, her pulling one of her dancers to the side to talk about her weight gain, and I'll put it like this. Somebody had this opinion on TikTok. When you sign a dance contract,
okay,
and that dance contract says you can't go over the weight you are now by 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. And you go over that weight by 10 pounds. Okay. And the head honcho notices, you think it's wrong for her to tell her, like, hey, you're gaining weight? If that's what the contract said?
But how do we know, like, how she said it? Because there's a difference between pulling her aside and say, yeah, you getting fat. You got to fix that. Dogging her out about it. And there's a difference between that, like, going so hard. Because as a big woman, you should know how that feels. Like, that's not cool for you.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I heard it was more like she kind of said it in front of everybody type thing.
Yeah, no.
The Lizzo thing, it's also really, I'm gonna say, conflicting for me because society also puts up this thing where bigger women need to be nice because no one's nice to you. You automatically need to be nice to others,
which is very yucky. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Be for real.
It doesn't make sense, but that's how it goes. And I think ultimately that's why people were even more upset to hear this about Lizzo because it's like, girl, you get bullied yourself, so how can you bully somebody else? But it's like, just because, well, honestly, you get bullied, you become a bully. I've heard that also, but yeah, just because real. I'm a soft teddy bear don't mean I gotta be a soft teddy bear. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's some hard dynamic bigger women in this world who don't necessarily need to be butterflies, rainbows. And at the end of the day, Lizzo's about, I feel like she's just about her business, and of course she's sharing that side. I don't even know.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, okay, oh, that's cute. That's really cute to say. And you're not wrong. Like, just because you're big doesn't mean you have to be nice. But when you build your whole career off of standing up for women who look like you, when that's your entire brand, that's a part of the reason why when you do something, people want to bring up Lizzo, because that's her thing, is big women empowerment. Girl, I get the whole contract situation. I get that. But where do you get off coming out your mouth talking to me crazy about being big when you made millions off being big? Excuse me? No, I'm sorry. That's weird to me. Like, I don't care. Like, I understand that big women in general don't have to be teddy bears. They don't have to be nice to you or nicer than anybody else. All they have to give you is common decency like everybody else. I get that and I understand that. But for Melissa,
that her name?
Yeah, I think her name's Melissa.
Look, I didn't even know that was
For
her
Melissa,
name.
like, girl, get it together. Like, what do you mean you made your millions? The only reason you're even paying these ladies is because you want to be that one to represent for the big girls. Not bang, bang, bang. And she's not rotating for y'all, and I don't like that.
You kind of ate me up with that. And honestly, I did step out of the situation quite early because, like I said, the comments that I was reading about Lizzo, Jesus, the way these people hate her genuinely because of her weight. And then, like I said, this situation came out and they're like, girl, I even hate you even more. I just hated that it started that thing again because I thought we were definitely over the whole you hating somebody because they're bigger. So I will say that's one reason why I did feel like, dang, feel kind of bad for her because people started hating her again. But you know, you did eat me with that. I actually have nothing else to say.
Well, if that's the case. But no, like, I do get what you're saying, and I definitely don't like that because she's acting out, you feel like now you can just dog her because of situations that don't pertain to what she was doing acting out. Does that make sense? So, like, you're taking that as, you know, your step at the door to just bash her like you've been wanting to do, and now you finally have your excuse.
Yeah, now you have that excuse.
Now, I'm not agreeing with that, but I feel like off the power of what she did, eat her up. I'm sorry, off the power of what she did. If it's true, and if these girls really have a whole, like, if they have enough evidence against her to build an entire case, I'm sorry, she needs to be ate up, and she needs to be giving them girls some money. Reach into that pocketbook and get a girl some 20s, because what?
Girl.
And I mean 20,000s. Thank you.
20,000?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, she might have it. I don't know.
She probably got it.
She went on.
They probably gonna get more than that, honestly.
We got to see if it's true, though. I mean, like I said, I was reading, like, different sources saying that it was, like, her helping supporting staff as well, not necessarily her, like, who knows?
That's real, but when you have people working for you, like, come on.
I'm not responsible for JoJo saying something crazy.
You're not responsible, but it's
I
a
can't
reflection.
help that JoJo is crazy.
But you're not going to sit here and act like it's not a reflection of you. You're not going to sit here and act like when you on the clock, if you mess up, corporate not going to come to your boss first. Corporate not coming to you first. They coming to your boss. I'm sorry. That's the way business works. When you hire people and they're under you, you're responsible for them for, you know, certain things. So in a situation like this, yeah, girl, this is your whole team. So this is your team. So I'm coming after you and your team, but mostly you because you hired them and you allowed this work environment to be created.
Eat. With that being said, we're going to take that letter, fold it back up, put it in the envelope, put the stamp on it, and send it back out. And we're going to send it back out. Our postman is standing right beside us. So yes, thank you, Mr. Postman, for taking care of that letter. Get in there safe.
Yes, please.
So let's dive right into the real deal spill. What we got?
Y'all, today is the day where me and Ashton finally disagree.
Well, I'll see in that XL mail we kind of disagreed. So I guess it's just
a continuation.
Episode of disagreeing right now.
Okay, I get that. So today we're going to be talking about a battle of the sexes. And what I mean by that is obviously man versus woman, but more so on the whole standards, gold diggerish type of concept when it comes to that, right? Me and Ashton have differing opinions on how we feel. But let me just get into it and like give you guys some background. So we all know a baddie, an Instagram baddie or in life baddie, just a girl that is popping. She's Poppington, okay? Like she has the body.
ITGIRL. You know that I'm that
She's
girl.
the it girl. She's that girl. Like she has the body. She has the face. She has the social media presence. Most definitely. She has, you know, sometimes she has the personality. Sometimes she don't.
Yeah.
But you know,
rare personality.
Dudes don't be looking for that. But anyways. But like she's just like a very aesthetically pleasing girl, and dudes want that. Dudes want the girl that's in the club popping it. They want the girl that's on camp looking pretty. They want the girl that's in the in the mall buying it out. Where are the men
who like the girls who go thrifting? Raise your hand.
They're out there. They just very few and far between.
Yeah, they not. It's not many numbers of them. I will say that
they're not coming in droves.
They're not coming in big numbers. Amen.
But anyways, we know those type of girls, and we know what type of dudes they want. They want rappers. They want football players. They want to be housewives, and I'm not mad at it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Now there's a smart way to do it, but we'll get into that later. Anyways, they want to be taken care of. They want to be spoiled. They want that lifestyle. They probably been accustomed to that lifestyle from their parents or whatever it may be, or whatever their situation is. That's that girl. Then you have a dude who either can't provide her that lifestyle or doesn't want to provide her that lifestyle. So they go after her and show her everything that she wants. And once they get her, they start complaining. They start acting like this is not what they signed up for. They start acting like she's doing too much. She's a gold digger. She only wants you for your money.
Well, look, I say it's like this generation and the rappers or heavy influencers that are at the top, the way that they're influencing down to think that this is the only way to live, I ultimately feel as if that's the problem with people having that mindset, because it's like you want to do it. Well, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say trick you out, but like basically you want to do, but you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that, you got to pay for this. But what happened to like just the regular realistic standards for dating? Why is money the biggest thing that we continuously bring up? And I'll sit here and preach, as a woman, as a female, I think ultimately first, before you can go out and say I want a man to get me this and this, make sure that when you open your bank account app, your bank, that you can pay for your nails, for your wig, for your toes, and for your new Shein card yourself before you even tell a man that he has to do this and this for you. And also, I think it goes down into, I feel like it's okay to ask for that, but in a certain time. I think it's not weird, but like you just meet somebody and you automatically assume that if he not paying for your lace front, he ain't the one.
Okay, that's real.
So when are we throwing, like, give me a timeline. Like, when are you asking this man to do all this stuff? Because let's get to know the person. Like,
I think it should be one of those things where like, this is something let's be real. Let's be honest about it. Mm-hmm. Most dudes base their relationships off of physical interactions. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
How bad she is, how much, body she has, what are her assets physically. Let's be real.
Okay.
So if you're going to take advantage of a woman like that, why can't she take advantage of your pockets? That's how I feel about it. And I lend a lot of credence to what you said about building a relationship, and that's cute. But I'm talking specifically about the people who build relationships off material and physical things. I'm not talking about the people that's in love. The people in love don't do that. The people in love not finna...
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Why can't we?
But we don't. Let's be realistic. We don't live in that world. We don't live in that world. And let's not act like we used to live in that world. It's always been about the coin. What TLC said in the 90s, I don't want no scrub. What they was doing in the 50s, living off their man. Like, let's not act like this is not...
living off their man, yeah.
Let's not act like this is not the precedent that has been set in American society. Like, let's not act like this is just a us problem. Yes, it's amplified by rapper culture, hookup culture, just the things we see in the media. Yeah, it's amplified, but let's not act like it didn't start somewhere. Okay. It's just to this point. So I feel like if you know you got a girl that want that, or you going after a girl, let's not even talk about her switching it up in a relationship. Let's talk about, because it's usually when y'all start, y'all beginning off of these bases of, yeah, he gonna get me this, he gonna get me that, we gonna go over here, we gonna go over there, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and he gonna take me to the mall, he gonna buy me shopping, and he gonna take me out of town, and so forth and so on. And then when you get her and you feel like you have to work as hard, you want to like lower them standards. No, sorry, that's not how it works. No.
So basically, what you're saying is when you're going for that girl, make sure that you continue to spoil her, because then you're lowering her standards. That's basically what you're saying. Like, if you okay, in the beginning, you're willing to go all in, and then she keeps asking for more and more. And then now she's a gold digger, and now she's so and so and so. She was all that when you met her, but you didn't care because you were so focused on her body and so focused on chasing her. Her standards shouldn't change because y'all together. I don't think so. I don't think that what she wants out of life should change because you no longer want to give it to her. No. Okay, but then I challenge that with but why do we need a man to have that life?
I'm not saying y'all do. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're coming from the standpoint of that shouldn't be what a girl wants in the first place.
Yeah, I say I'm coming straight from the source in the sense of, yes, you said from a long time, American society has drilled that into our minds that that's how it needs to be. And ultimately, yeah, I would probably sit here and say, like, once I get older, I wouldn't mind my husband paying all my bills, but then, like, I'm making sure the house is straight and stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like what needs to be influenced more is independent culture.
That's real.
When it comes to, but I do see a lot of women now, they're more fixed on being independent. Oh, I don't need no man to give me this, and this. That's what I'm saying. When you open that banking app, before you ask this man to get you this, and this, make sure that you can randomly do it for yourself before you're asking anyone to give you that lifestyle. Make sure that you can provide it for yourself.
That's real.
And then, yeah, on top of that, yeah, you can ask your man to do this and this, but also reciprocate. Pay for your man haircut every once in a while.
Buy that man that YSL cologne he been looking at.
Like, buy that man that game if you're requiring him to do it for you.
Real.
Don't do that one-way loving.
Now, I do agree with that.
Don't do that one-way loving. Spoil your man. If you expect him to do for you,
do for him.
Do for him. Do for him.
Please do for him.
Because then
that's only if he's doing it for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's if he's only doing it for you. But I'll say also from the standpoint of us being in college, and I'm saying, and I get you're probably saying like a little bit growner, but right now it's like, well, my class is mostly, our class is mostly 19 and 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Let's be real. It be hard out here in these streets. A lot of people don't have jobs. They waiting for that financial aid check to hit, and you're telling me you're not about to give me the time of day because I can't take you, I'm about to say Bella Noches, to Benihana on our first date?
Bella Noches is crazy.
Yeah, girl, we're going to Roberto's. Like,
ooh, I'm sorry. Like, I get that.
But no, let's just be realistic in the time frame that we are. I feel like that mindset definitely could come more when we're
adults. Like, we're grown with jobs salaries and things.
And we're using our degree. Sitting here as a college student, you know how it is. Stop with those crazy, ridiculous standards like that. Like, no, I'm not going with him if he's not getting my full set and toes done and lashes done. Mink 200,000s. Like, what?
Okay. Ooh, look, calm it down because you know I'm finna start reading. Don't do too much.
Oh, I mean, and not even necessarily you have to lower your standards all the way, but I mean, yeah,
be understanding.
You can expect him like get you flowers or to take you out, to get you gifts when it's your birthday or Christmas anniversary. But for you to be wanting these, I say, married standards, marriage standards.
But let's be real, dudes don't want marriage standards from girls. Dudes will treat you like a whole wife and you be his homegirl.
Oh.
So let's not act like it's only the girls. The whole time y'all just friends. Oh yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah. That's what he's telling his other girls. So I'm just saying it goes both ways. I get what you're saying, and I understand that that's probably how we should be living, but we're not. I live in reality sometimes. When it comes to other people, not me. But I live in reality with other people. So this is how it is. If you notice how these girls be operating, and it's not all girls. It's really only a select amount of girls who think like this. So why are you continuously going after? That's what I'm talking to. These are the dudes that I'm talking to. You selectively go after these Instagram baddie type girls and expect them to be earthy thrifters. And they're not. They want to go to the mall. They want you to buy their cart. They want you to pay for their lifestyle. And if you're not going to do that, I'm not saying it's right. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying don't go after that type of girl and then dog her when she want what she want. And you knew that's the type of girl that she was. You knew that's the type of girl that she was when you wanted to talk to her. But because her body was banging or because she had this status, you didn't care. And you put on like you was okay with it. And then you 3 months down the line, you don't got no money and you mad. You should have never went after her.
And I will say, little boys, that goes for y'all. I will say y'all go for the highest. Y'all go for the highest of baddies. I will say that, and that leaves the regular funny people out, like little old me. Now let's get into it, because when you go for the high of ranks, it leaves everybody else that's amazing people single. And ultimately, I will say the ratio of a baddie to a ratio of a cute man here on campus, the math is don't math ever. So it definitely makes it really hard when this one, like what? I'm going to say 18% of men are looking for the baddies, and then like not necessarily regular people, but just like genuine regular people are definitely left out. And I will say, in my personal opinion, they're ultimately probably the best people.
Okay.
And we don't got to touch on that too much, but
we don't, because I'm not finna start a war with the baddies. I'm not doing it.
No, and that's like not me coming for the baddies at all, because
the baddies be nice sometimes. I'm sorry. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Please. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to touch on that.
But Yeah, I mean, I just say, also, I mean, we're not even getting onto it. I will say, I wish boys went for what they actually wanted and didn't really care about what their homeboys thought.
Now that's a big part of why y'all go after these girls, because it's really, sometimes it's probably not about the girl herself. Like I said, it's about the status.
The status that she holds.
Yeah, like, oh, I got with so-and-so. Oh, you with so-and-so? You must be that guy for real. Like, you're really him.
Yeah, go after what you really want.
Yeah, do you really want her, or do you want to show her off?
Right, because yes,
and if you want a trophy wife, you gotta, trophy wives are plated in gold.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be able
polish
to polish that gold. So don't go after a trophy wife if you're gonna treat her like a baseball. Don't do that.
Yeah, stop doing that just to get her standards, because then, like you said, that's when we fall into the, now she's complaining because you not giving her this and this. But like you said, ultimately that's what she wants, and that's what she
and you
that's
knew
what
that.
she gives off. Yeah,
you knew that. Like,
when you touched the
knew that when you knew that when you slid up on them stories. You knew that when you tried to holler at her at whatever event y'all was out. You knew that. So don't act brand new. That's my whole thing. Like I said, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying this is how everybody acts. I'm just saying I've seen it so much, especially in college. You go, like, dudes go after these girls, get with these girls. You get the bagger, you get her, but you can't keep her because you're not willing to upkeep.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. And that's what I was really trying to get at. And I think you're so right when you say you should be realistic about what you want and make sure it's what you want and not what, other people want for you.
Down the street want, because at the end of the day, this is your relationship and your happiness and your standards and your pockets.
And let's really touch on it. Half of the time, y'all don't be happy with these people. Y'all be happy with what they can give you. And that's really true to you. But if you can't give her that, why y'all together? At the very least, if you can't get your transactions together, why y'all together?
Ultimately, me being the happy person I am, I do hate how much this world relies on money and status, but that actually will probably never change because money makes the world go around.
Unfortunately,
without it, you're actually, I'm not gonna say you're not nothing, but
they treat you like you.
Without like a big chunk of it, yeah, life is definitely hard. I will say, me sitting with 25 cents in my account.
Ooh.
Life is hard.
Okay.
With that being said,
y'all, I think we've come to an agreement. We're gonna leave the baddies alone for now. I can't believe y'all had me on this mic defending straight men. Not even, but I was really dogging y'all.
Do you think it goes the same way for the gay community?
I will say there's a little more precedence for splitting and not being like taken care of. Okay. I would say like most people have it on their own. Like most like people that I've come across don't even really want to be taken care of in that way. Like, yeah, I like that and that's cute and all, but it's more of we gonna get it together for the 2% that do get with somebody. The
2% that actually works.
Yeah, the 2% that actually be together longer than 3 weeks. They're more so of a let's split it, let's get it together type thing. It's not really.
Can we get it together?
I love 702. Yeah, I really do.
That's the only song I know. LOL.
Oh, bye. Oh, bye. So, y'all, that was another episode of Under the Twin XL. We're so happy to be back, y'all. Like, we're so excited to be back. Come back for more songs of the day, more XL mail,
more random singing, unpopular opinions. And honestly, if anyone doesn't agree with what we're saying, I 100% understand, because half the time I'm just saying what's on my mind. Is it right all the time? No, but
and our minds can change.
Right. You see, at
change my mind.
At the end of the topic, I was like, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I saw what you were saying, and I just feel like it's just all situational, most definitely. But I feel like, tell us, you guys, you can feel free.
Well, actually, I'm gonna be hurt if you DM us and say, yeah, that last opinion you had was actually trash. I'm gonna be sick, and I'm actually not gonna appreciate that.
We definitely have an email, underthetwinxl@gmail.com. Give us any of your situations. Let us know what you're going through. Anything you want us to talk about. Yeah, like anything, like any reactions you have to us. Definitely email it to us. We check our emails. We do.
Yeah, underthetwinxl. Yeah.
@gmail.com.
It feels good to be back, guys.
It really does. Like, I don't think you guys know how much we've missed being Under the Twin XL with y'all. Like, it's been months.
It has been months. But now we're here and we're better than ever. And stay tuned to the next episode.
All right, y'all. Goodbye.
Slay.